Today we are here really in Curitiba, and it's a very nice day. I was teaching in the morning, so I think 2 hours ago I stopped. I had all the classes in the morning, and I'm very glad to be here uh, giving you this some ideas and sharing some experiences that I had here in the school where I work. Okay, so as she said, my name is Luciana. I've been teaching for a long time. I will not say the time, but it's a long time. Okay, and this year I'm working as a teacher and also as a coordinator. So I work with students that we consider from um, elementary school. I think that I can say this, fifth grade to um, ninth graders. Okay, so they are around 10 to 15 years old. And um, as a coordinator, I have to check material for all of them. But as a teacher, I have my groups from ninth grade, and it's been a very difficult moment now because it's October. We are in this movement since March. Yes, March. Students are tired, teachers are tired, and we are trying to do our best. So I will try to share here what is happening in the school where I work. It's a private school here in Curitiba. There are many branches and many in many states here, and we try to work as a whole group. So we try to help each other to support. Me as a coordinator, I give the support to all the branches, I think we can say this, and help teachers with schedule, with the tests, with activities, okay, and also the teachers giving some ideas about what we are doing. Of course, it doesn't work in the same way here in Curitiba, there in São Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, Porto Alegre, and all the places where there is the institution. But we try to. Okay, so I can tell you that I think that as for everyone, okay, suddenly in March we were online, okay, and the question were how can we start with this? Because the school invested from I think 5 years before in Google for Education. So we were trying to do something like giving support to teachers, courses, okay, trying to make them, and I include myself in this, know how to work with Google Classroom and have all the students there. So from since 5 years ago, we have been working, trying to understand how it works, but trying to every year to do something different. So let's try to do a different test. Let's try to do a different class. Uh, Not thinking about all that is happening now with us. Okay. And I have to tell you, the big challenge that we had when it started, and then as as a coordinator, when I try to give some ideas, some tips, let's try to do a test in a video or do this in our in the Google Classroom because we have our students there. The one that we had, the institutional platform, was created to put students there working, trying to do this. uh, the problem was what? Many teachers, they were very resistant to this. Okay, because if you have to go in class and work with students, showing that you know how to work with technology, you need to understand what is that. And if you get, I think that for some teachers, go there and show that they were not so confident about what is happening. And the, most of them said they know more than us. I don't know if you agree, but as a teacher, when I was there trying to show them, let's use this, let's fill in a form, let's make a test, write a text for me. What happened was they know how to deal with TikTok video, with WhatsApp messages, with many things, but not with what we needed in a class, you know? And we can't be, this is very personal, we can't be all the time so informal because we have to know if they know, if they are understanding what is that, you know? So our big challenge when we were like, okay, now it's only online and we have no other option. The problem was the teachers that didn't accept since the beginning, okay? That since, and this is something that was really disappointing because for 5 years we were trying, and then we had like no extra hours because it was there and it was happening and we had to do it. And you know, I don't know if you agree with this, sometimes we learn when we do. You can watch webinars, you can go on courses, you can take notes, but you just learn when you do it. Okay, and we have to do it with students. And then what happened to with me, for example, I spent many hours trying to understand how it was working, you know, and later on know how to do that, how to explain that to my students. So it takes some time for us to get used to it. But another challenge that we had when we started was with the students, because this idea that it's a generation that everything is very good for them, they know how to deal, then we understood that it was not like that. Okay, they had problems, uh, and I think everybody doing the same thing at the same moment, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, and they really need to uh, to go there at that button. Okay, okay, I need this, and they need that to appear, and sometimes it didn't work. So at the first moment when we said, okay, now we have to do it, me, okay, I have to tell you, as a coordinator, I said, okay, we have been working with this, we will not have many problems when we go there and have the classes and have the activities. No. Okay, we I think that when I put here we were partially online, and we had to ask every day, is it really working? Are we doing something? Do we are the students following us? And what did we do? Because we were having only some activities but no classes, you know. We started with video classes, and me as a coordinator, I had to prepare some video classes with the students, so I posted there for them. And what about the teachers? So the teachers, they were helping there. We prepared a specific schedule. There was a video class posted by me, and teachers continue with that. We know that we have to repeat things all the time, correct? So we had video and classes, and like this we were trying to work. Some students couldn't be there at the online class at the same time, and we discovered a problem. Don't know if you have faced this, but our problem was many families, okay, families were all together, parents and kids and everybody there, and uh, there is only one computer at home. Everybody has a cell phone, okay, a smartphone, but there is only one computer. And then that was a problem because some activities, and of course, to have a class, to pay attention, to try to participate, for the students only with the cell phone, it was not working very well, you know. And then we can think, I told you in the beginning, I work in a private school. So we suppose that talking about internet and all the gadgets that they could use, and even the computer, it would not be a problem considering the school and considering the group that worked with me. And we were totally wrong because we had big problems with that. Okay. And of course, um, when they have a class, the brother has the class at the same time. It was very confusing. We had many problems with the families. They were not accepting. They were saying that it was very stressful for students. I've seen here someone talking about the activities. They had activities, and as the teacher, and as the person that had to prepare the schedule for the teachers to apply it in their classes, their online classes, I was worried about this. They didn't have only English class. They had geography, they had math, they had here, okay, Portuguese, history, chemistry, all the things. And everybody asked for an activity. They were stressed. And they said, okay, uh, we don't want this anymore. And we had a little break, 15 days there, trying to get, like, let's stop a little bit and start again because we are tired. I think that we overloaded the students in the first moment, and we tried to use everything that we had. And then we were stressed, students were stressed, and families too. Okay. What worked very well? I think that we teachers, we like the contact. We like to talk. We like to tell stories. We like to listen to their stories. But I had 1 month and a half there with my students, you know, getting to know them. And it was the first time that I was teaching them. So learn the names, try to get their faces and try to see, okay, this one has it's difficult for him. I will not ask him to read. This one can help me. These kind of things that we do and we need in class, I couldn't have. And when I started my online classes, I just had their pictures only. And it's difficult because sometimes I'm asking them, okay, are you okay? I have always have 5 students that answer me all the classes. The others, okay, sometimes they appear. I don't know what is happening. And I like so much when they talk to me, they tell me something. I try to get some topics that could be interested for them, and one of them was meet your teacher. So all the teachers, we prepared a little video showing not what we were teaching, but showing our family, showing what we do, you know and we were trying to do this to make them feel comfortable. And then, of course, the students did this. For many students, it was the first time that they were doing recording their videos to post on Google Classroom, and it was so nice. I have 3 groups that are around 40 students in each group, and 10 students didn't send me the video. Some of them said, teacher, can I send you just the audio? They prepared podcasts, you know, And they loved this because then they knew us. Oh, but they know, no, they don't know. They didn't have time for this. And suddenly we were there. Our challenge was what? The students that we call the group as the special needs students. For my surprise, they were the students that were getting um, better in the classes. Do you believe this? Because when they are in the big group, sometimes they don't follow us. In my groups, I have some students like this, and they have a person that helps them, but it's different. And now with this format, they are following. They are doing this because they are doing in their time, not in our time. I have a 40-minute class, and in class, it's everything is very fast, you know. I finish here, I go to the other group, I correct, I ask somebody to repeat or things, but they stay just looking. Sometimes they don't participate. And what happens now? Now, if they don't understand, they can play that little part of the class again. So what they are telling me, some teachers are telling, is that my student is getting better every day because now they are following. They can do the activities they do in their how can I say this, speed, right? And I think that it helped. It's something that can call our attention to how we can deal with these students and how we can really help them. They need the social part there to take part with the other students, but they also need to learn. They also need to have their needs really taken care. You know, they have a special speed. We have to understand this. So, first moment we were there, and families at this moment they were asking, "What about the tests? There are no tests. What is it going to happen? They have activities, but how can we do this?" And some students, I have to tell you, they just disappeared since the beginning. There were activities they were not doing anyway. Started the moment that we were totally online. Me, as a coordinator, I stopped the video classes. I didn't record any class anymore because now teachers have their class. Okay. And as we have many branches, so in each school, there is a different reality. When I have my groups, I can't. They are not allowed to open the camera or the microphone. They just do this if I say, "Please turn on your your cameras. Let me see you. Turn on your microphones. Read for me something." You know, and I'm talking about teenagers, 14 years old. They don't like. So as I told you, I have the 10 students that always take part in my classes, and I call them my Spartans. This is our, when I say, "Where are my Spartans?" And then we start the class, you know. We started the class, the tests. And this is classes with the tests and grades, because now they have this and they see what they are doing. Um, Changed the environment. You know, they are taking part, not all the time, but the interest was different. And one thing that happened here, and it was, I think, the good part, we have to think about the tests we are doing, how we are testing our students. Because after this, after all the experiences we had, many tests online, and it worked very well. Why do we have to go there and give a test in a paper? So it doesn't work anymore, you know? And now, if I can do this, the 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 test only online, I will have more time with my students in class to prepare them. And we have something here that we called the tests, and we know that it works like a process. So I can work with them in the process and then have the last one as a result, because unfortunately we need numbers here in Brazil. The reality is this: I need the numbers, and when we started there, okay, today there is a test. We prepared forms they had to fill in, writing tests. They had to write tests, and it worked very well. Listening tests, and even oral production when they had to record videos showing their opinion about a topic, for example, it worked very well. Even students that are very shy, it seems like when they are recording a video, it's not them. Okay, it's not me. This is a character that is speaking. Another thing that called my attention: the students, they have the podcasts to prepare to. They loved it, and then we listen to them. You can listen to more times. I really liked this part very much. Okay, and although they have the grades, and I don't know where it works where you are now, but some students, they just do the things when they say, okay, how many points are you going to give me? The good part about all this online, totally online moment, we were not just the teacher that sometimes students go home and they just say, um, teacher Luciana asked me this, Mrs. Maya asked me this, because families, they were looking at me when I'm there giving the class. They really met the teacher, so they know how we are, and they know how we deal with their kids. They know how we deal with the topic. They know that it's not so easy. Now it's easy because we are talking to the camera. I'm talking to the computer. Sometimes I ask, I answer, I tell a joke, I laugh, and I have there my Spartans helping me. But um, the family, they know us now. We have a face, you know, and this relation changed very much. We can come back, to this. What is happening now? I have to confess. Today, in the morning, I had class at 8 a.m. and um, it was raining. The weather was nice. It was raining. And when I started the class and they are coming and they are tired, they are not tired, they are exhausted as the teachers. Okay. And I told them, my dream today was to be sleeping because it's raining. Look, listen to the rain. Look how good is this. So sometimes the teachers, they don't give a class, they talk to students because they say they are here, but they need to talk, they need to say what they are feeling, and this is so nice. Okay, but here in Brazil, this is the moment where we have I think, more pressure. We don't know what is going to happen. Okay, there are many schools that are closing, many teachers are losing their jobs. We don't know what is coming. So it's the time where we don't know what comes next. And then we get a little, what can we do now? What is the big challenge that we have? The participation. The students, um, they don't answer. It looks like, hello, is there anyone there? Hi, can you please answer me? And each class, I try to do something to make them answer me. I try to talk about things that they like. Although I'm Brazilian, I don't understand very much about football, about soccer. But there is a game here called Cartola. And it's an app. You make your team, and then you can say, you can make points. All the boys, they participate because they want to help me with my team. Because I say, okay, what is happening with the team? I try to motivate them. And sometimes they just appear to tell me, teacher, how many points did you do? But this is what I have to do with them, you know, and I have to get them interested. I talk to the girls. I ask them, please, can you suggest me any um, any songs I need to put here in my Spotify because I go running and I need new songs. Sometimes they just appear to tell me this. If they are there to tell me this, for me it's okay. I like them because then they say, and they can stay for some more minutes and do the activity. It's okay for me. I need them participating. From all this that we had, I think that's something that will change for sure in our institution is the the test, how we evaluate the students. It's impossible to come back and have the same kind of tests again. They will not accept, and we teachers that are here doing all the things that we can have, um, it's impossible to do that. So we are never coming back in the same way that we left, right? We learn a lot. uh, Students are learning, and I think that when we return, it will be a better environment there. They will get the ideas, and we will be open. We are missing, okay, to have them again. And I think at the moment that we are there again, we will never do things like we used to do 10 years ago. The moment is different. Okay, I hope that I could share with you some things that happens here. I couldn't listen to all, read here all the things, but I think we have the same problems wherever we are. Okay, some problems, they are still the same. Thank you very much for listening to me, for your time here with me. And if I can answer the questions, I don't know if it's going to happen now or at the end of the second presentation. Thank you very much, guys. I'm very happy to be here and to share this with you.
Luciana, I think we can take a couple of questions. Yes, two or three
Uh-huh.
questions, and then we move on to Christy, if that is okay.
Mm-hmm. I've seen there that there were some questions about the students with special needs, and it's incredible here how some teachers deal with this, because when you have a student that you have to pay attention in what the student need. Sometimes there is a test, and then what the teacher is supposed to do, you take the test and you adapt the test to your student, because you know the person that is there, the child, the teenager, the person that is in front of you. And um, one day I've heard from a teacher, but look at this, now the test is too easy for my student with the special need. Okay, the life of this student is too difficult. I think that we as teachers, um, it's impossible for us to make it more difficult for them. You know, it's difficult for them to concentrate, it's difficult for them to listen, it's difficult to write, it's difficult to get involved with the other students. Why? We are going to do this with them. If I make it easier, it's not easier. It's easier for the group that sometimes we call normal, but for that person that I'm looking as a special, the person has a special need. I have to pay attention in what is important for him or her, not for the whole group. You know, somebody asked here about the exams. How many questions? We are working here in forms, correct? So they have sections. And really, what is the point for a very long test? What is the point of a text that, I don't know, the student can take 1 hour because there is a long text he or she, the student has to read it two, three, four times and then answer five, seven questions. What is the purpose of this? Okay, I have to check if the student read and understands, but does he have to read a whole page um, text, or is it possible for me to work with different kinds of text? I give a comic, I give a little part of a music, I give a poem for them, then I give a text, I give a text from the news, because the idea is they are reading from everything. It's not just the text that is in the book, you know? So, number of questions. Why do we have to, why do we think that a good text is a long one? A good text is the one that can give this student, we have the process with the student, it's my opinion, okay? We have the process with the student, and then when they have the test, they have the time to do it, and they can show that they really understood, okay, what they did. And the first one that I had is this one here. Yes. Can I help you with other things? Good question. Good question. Coming back to school, because even coming back, I think is Murph. I don't know if I said your name correctly, but uh, we can't hold them. Although, you know, and every time that I see someone, I have to stop myself and say, okay, don't hug. And I think that it will be very difficult at the first moment to be there. It will be a different, the place will be different. It will not be the school that they left. It will be a new one. We will be with the mask. I'm thinking here, how can I teach with that? Language teachers. I've heard from one teacher at university once, and she said, girls, put on your lipstick, because then you make your mouth uh, alive, and students will see you pronouncing the words, and it's important. You will be in a mask. What is going to happen? Okay. Uh, One thing I'm sure, I will not ask them to use the computer or anything technological. I think I will try to sit and take some papers and make drawings, to get really involved there with them, even in a distance. But let's try to do something that is different. We didn't have this in the virtual, in the online classes. Let's try to do something different. But it's different now because it's something that we were used to do before. Okay? Anything else that I can help? Let me see if there is anything here. Um, I think it's Tamara. I don't know if if I said your name correctly. Some students they say, teacher, but I will never finish the activities. There are a lot, but the problem is they didn't do it since the beginning, you know. And then when they start now, they have all the activities to do. And then I say, okay, try to do this. You um, you do the activity of the week. Today I had a class and I asked some activities. You do this, and then you come back and do one more. You will not do everything on a day. It's impossible, and you get tired. It's boring. So do the activity for the day. Come back and do one more. So like this, we can try to make them, you know, uh, do the activities, get interested. Come on, it's difficult to make it interesting. Somebody asked here, how can make more interact and make students interact with me in the class? I try to make some games, Kahoot, quizzes. Sometimes I, um, instead of, okay, what do you know about this? We try to do the brainstorm. I do with a form. I put there some questions that they have to answer quickly, because then I can see the result. With the result, I can introduce the topic, and they want to tell stories. As you can see, talking is not difficult for me. Sometimes somebody has to come and say, okay, finish. And they like the stories, they like to take part, they like to listen. And when they get interested about something, they take part. Okay. Oh yes, I love the games, and they love to, and they like to use it. Okay, yes, the games are always a good idea. PowerPoint games, yes. Sometimes I show videos because they are giving me some ideas of songs and things, and then I show them what I like, and then they say, teacher, who is this? I said, okay, just listen. Okay, this is music. And they said, oh my God, movies and stories that I tell, and they really like it. And the warm up can that I use is this. Sometimes I open telling a story. I use my pictures, you know. I Yeah, sometimes I invent. I just create a story, you know, but I have the picture. So then I put there, I tell the story, and then ask them to continue. When they see we started the class,